The Sports Ball Stuff podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Pulpery Media presents Sports Ball Stuff with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the major sports stories that intrigue us and the little stories that enrage us.
Oh, the greatest team to ever play.
The greatest organization
to ever play in the major, not just major leagues, to ever play the sport of baseball in history.
Yeah, greater than the Yankees with their 27 championships.
Got swept out of the playoffs at home.
By the Tigers, who were at the All-Star break.
Like 20-something games under 500.
Way to go, Detroit. Way to go.
Detroit,
good for you.
I fucking love you, father-in-law. God, yeah.
That's right, yeah. I forgot about that.
I hope you're hanging in there in Tampa. Siesta Gate. Well done.
Yeah, because
yes.
he was an old, oh God, who was on that 68 team?
Oh, what was the pitcher?
Mickey something. Lolich. Mickey Lolich.
Yes.
Because
they beat Gibson, right?
Yeah, they beat. I mean, Gibson
won his games.
Yeah.
But they beat the Gibson team.
Yeah.
So 68?
Yeah, 68. And that's where Gibson struck out 13, which is still the most in a World Series game.
What game was that? 1?
No, that was like Game 6, I think. And then
he pitched 1-3-6.
Yeah.
No, wait. I'm sorry. It's Bob Gibson. So he pitched game 1, 2, 3. No. He took 5 off and pitched 6, right?
I think he did 1, 3, 6, and then he came in relief in game 7.
Yeah. Of course he did, because he's a fucking man.
Yeah.
And I really wanted him to be
the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
He's the baddest baseball player in history. This motherfucker was so good. Fuck.
It's
fine.
I glow when other people recognize that.
We had the closer.
Yeah, sure.
We had, dude, Bob Gibson. I don't give a fuck. You could be a Cubs fan if you don't like Bob Gibson. You need to be set on fire.
I'm just saying.
At any rate, Houston lasted 2 games.
A wet fart.
It was a wet fart. It's a popcorn fart.
As did the Orioles.
I told you.
No, you did.
They literally backed into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Where Detroit did the opposite.
Well, oddly enough, you all had to fight to maintain your position a bit.
But we ended up winning by 6. I think we won the division by like 6 games.
But like internal dynamics, there was more struggle within the club.
Yeah, because those cocksuckers.
But sometimes that can generate that. Although, I mean, thankfully, too, you don't have to wait like 2 weeks.
No, when is it? This weekend?
It should be.
Yeah, because that's the thing that fucks. That's the thing that fucks. It slaps.
You're getting pounded by the time off.
There are now TikTok videos with like that. It's like chicks watching football going... The fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
He pounded it right up in there.
I was making a Margaret Orr reference, but yeah, so a football one too. Pounded up the middle.
Yeah. That guard really got a hold of him.
Oh, they penetrated deep in the line.
All because these guys got a hold of their...
Guess what? Guess where you don't get those references? Baseball.
Nope, you don't. Other than being a hard fastball.
Yeah, or, can of corn. Texas Leaguer.
It's a meatball up there. So, and it's looking like, is this the last game for the night?
It should be, yeah.
The Mets beat the Braves already.
Are
they still? Is that the game we're watching?
Yeah, that's the game we're watching.
So Houston lost, Baltimore lost. Oh, and then San Diego's plays later.
Whale's vagina is up on the Braves. Yes.
That's not what that means. I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it is.
I've got a lot of leather-bound books, so.
So of course Detroit was going to win. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, it's Houston. They're going to stop them." They used all their moxie getting into the playoffs.
No, but Detroit's been on fire for the last couple of weeks. So
since like the beginning.
Well, I know, but
August.
I'm just saying. But yeah.
yes.
But they've been able to maintain it and carry that.
Correct.
In. Yeah.
I mean, they were able to make it to the playoffs, kind of running away from everybody.
Right.
They had dug themselves too big of a hole to get back in it in the division, but yeah. So now.
Which is, so there's the one nice part about baseball expanding over the years is like some of the old adages of, bullpens win
championship.
Which is still true. But we now actually, baseball's more like hockey. And the team that it gets hot the latest.
Correct. Carries that the furthest. You can ride that.
But of course, there's always, you can run into a monolith.
Right.
Which is, so Detroit's facing Cleveland next. And
Which
Cleveland's got
fun.
all the pitching markers, right? Yeah.
Well, just bullpen pitching.
Yeah.
All the check marks. Like they're like old school Yankees. They can make it a 5-inning game if they needed to.
Correct, yeah.
Detroit just has some moxie right now. And Cleveland...
That is the second time you've used that word.
Cleveland... Well, I'm going to use it more. Just wait.
They got that pizzazz.
And they got the Riz. No cap. And Grant, Cleveland, historic bullpen, but their... watch this. You ready? Their starting pitching is a little sus.
Sure.
So I guess the beauty of this year's playoffs is every single team is flawed.
Yeah.
All of them. Like the Dodgers, their pitching can be a little shaky.
Yeah.
Offense is great. Yankees, same thing. It's more of our bullpen and closers. Detroit, they're young. Their starting pitching has come around. They're the giant question mark.
Well, I mean, so
Cleveland, is there
everybody. Well, real quickly to jump over to the National League side.
Okay, go ahead.
We still don't have that figured out, but you already pointed out the Dodgers. Phillies are the Phillies. Phillies haven't changed, and
it's funny that organization has an identity, like
yeah.
the Cards and the Yankees and the like organizations with identities,
like the Cardinals used to.
Come on, bruh, don't be that guy.
Oh,
I lived through the '80s Yankees.
No, I know. No. What?
Okay, no. We're not doing that right now.
Yeah, we're not going down that road.
We will do that at the winter meetings.
Yeah.
Winter meetings is when we will do that. Go ahead.
Or maybe I'll do a separate rant on TikTok or something. But
perfect.
But so Phillies to me on the National League side, that's that monolith.
Yes.
So they've got the few days off to rest up.
Are they the ones who got beat last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, like
is that their second World Series that they've made?
Like in the last couple of years, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Texas beat the Phillies last year, and then.
So 2 years ago, like Philly made it to the NLCS, I think.
Correct.
And then
out of nowhere because they fired Joe Girardi.
Yeah.
And then they made a run.
Oh, that's right.
And then last year, they were the juggernaut, made it to the finals, the World Series.
I believe so. Yeah.
And then this year they're the same way.
Yeah, but now they're waiting because of the expanded playoff thing.
Don't tell me the Yankees are waiting too.
Well, but and that's the thing that's one of the beauty of these like wild card stuff is that always one of those teams blows their wad.
I was just about to say, name off the 4 teams that have sat now, who are going to sit for what amounts to a week, 5 games.
Cleveland, Yankees, Phillies, Dodgers.
So what amounts to the All-Star break is these 4 teams have been sitting there what will be 4 teams who ultimately fought to get in the playoffs and then have played playoff games already.
Correct, yeah.
And then, okay, I don't want to fucking hear this like, but they've got their pitching staff lined up. All right, baseball, great. Pitching staff, great. But
it's about rhythm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know they're like, oh, they could play a simulated game every third day, and
it's not
you can hit,
yeah.
You can bullpen session and whatever. No, there is a completely different vibe to the playoffs.
I would say this is that on the American League side, and I agree with what you're saying, is that I think that favors Cleveland because Cleveland is primarily pitching,
exactly,
not offense. Yankees, not so much.
Our starters are good. Again, our bullpen is suspect.
shaky. Yeah.
So the Yankees need to win 5-2.
But you got to have the bats swinging.
The Yankees have been like this for years.
Yeah,
now.
days
4 or
off.
5 years now.
Days off are terrible for hitters.
Correct. Again, this is baseball where they are playing 6 out of 7 days.
That's why I think it's like the Dodgers are sus because they need their offense clicking.
Correct.
Whereas
and Shotani's going to do his thing, but
if this plays out like what we're seeing, the Dodgers. San Diego.
Is that who the Dodgers would get next?
Yeah, if San Diego beats Atlanta tonight, they go in.
So it's either Atlanta or San Diego that plays the Dodgers. Yeah, they're cooked.
And San Diego has under a former Cardinal manager.
I know you fucking love that. God damn it.
No, I don't love it because I would love to have held on to that motherfucker because he knew how to handle a farm system.
You think?
I'm not going to go into that.
Don't. We will, again, winter meetings. Winter meetings.
Oh, no. That's next week or, I don't know. Yeah, but anyway. It's so if I don't see them this is the Mets' high point.
Facts.
Yeah,
they made it to the playoffs. They won their one game on the last
and they've been up and down all season.
Game 163, as they used to call it. But
Padres are on the upswing.
Padres
haven't hit their full curve.
Might be the scariest team over there. The Phillies are the Phillies.
Yeah,
the Padres are. They're sneaky good.
Right. I look at the Phillies the Phillies are getting healthy now.
Yeah, the Phillies are the Phillies.
And you got Bryce Harper on that team who's not going to let that lineup slack at all.
This way, what's the catcher's name?
Real Muto.
If he's hitting, and
that dude's 8 feet tall.
Yeah, and the Jason Worth, the Jace. In the outfield.
The Rougarou.
That's Sasquatch. Yeah. If those guys are hitting, raking, they're going to be fine.
Yeah. With their pitching?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their pitching is good. I don't know. All right.
How much you want to bet, though, the Dodgers have Ohtani pitching at some point in the playoffs?
You think?
Yeah.
Do you think he's been throwing bullpen sessions that nobody knows about? Because that would be reported, and I haven't heard a peep about it.
No, I've heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
He's been throwing it?
Yeah.
How long?
A few weeks.
There's no way they fucking threw it. Actually, you know what? If it's game 3 and it's the 6th inning...
they've run through their bullpen?
I could totally see them throwing him out there and him throwing his elbow out. That's just...
In a bad way.
Where
he can't hit anymore.
The immediate going... Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, my... Those are the worst to watch, by the way.
You hear the pop on camera.
Oh, something seems to be wrong.
Of
course something's wrong.
Well, and
who you like?
You
got 45 seconds.
I'm not gonna say what I would love to see is an old school World Series, and I'm sorry, but Cleveland and Philadelphia. And I'd love to see Cleveland in the drought. It's been since 45.
Yeah, they're the longest ones now since the Cubs won, right?
Yeah.
That's them.
Yeah.
And they've been there a half dozen times in that drought.
Against the Cubs, too. Yeah.
Right. Against the Cubs, too.
But, this is one of those years where everybody's like, well, maybe next year. It's no. They seem like the Cardinals to me. The following segment has been brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. The Sports Ball Podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion. Marketing by Brock Ryder. Graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion. Music by the Heisenberg Compensators.